Hey YouTube, JGreen302. I didn't mean to make another video so quick. Was not in my purview and thinking. But something's come to my attention and, well, me being me, I thought I should spread the word. I am going to attach a link, probably in the info of the video, provided I can remember. Senator Ted Cruz talking to Congress about the immigration bill and Obamacare. The short version, which you guys can go and see the video of his presentation, is he basically sits down and with basically crayons and pictures tries to explain to Congress what exactly is going on with the immigration bill, because they don't read it. Apparently he did. Short version, there is a $3,000 penalty which they cannot write off, which means a $5,000 bottom line penalty per year per employee if they don't have high-end health care under this whole plan. But there's an exclusion. There's a term, IPR or something like that, that they're calling the illegal aliens that they're going to deal with in this immigration bill. Well, magically, there's no penalty for them. What does this mean? Short version, if a small company wants to hire 5 employees, and he hires U.S. citizens or legal aliens, he's going to take a $25,000 penalty for those employees. But if he hires these illegal immigrants, 0 penalty. And he uses Joe's Burger Shack or something. He uses a small fast food chain in his example. And he walks through, I think, 3 scenarios. And he shows the money and the incentives and what businesses are going to do if this stuff is passed. It's frightening. Basically, companies are going to dump U.S. employees and they're going to hire illegal aliens because they can't afford to lose that kind of money per employee. Anybody who's ran a business knows this. But what Senator Cruz did not point out is larger corporations. Joe's Burger Shack, although this money is much more impactful on the scale that he's working at, when you have a company like Google, Microsoft, Cisco, IBM, EMC, these big companies that have 50 or 100,000 employees, and you start looking at what the immigration / Obamacare bill is going to do, what you are going to see is the biggest mass exodus of jobs out of this country the world has ever seen. Because the nature of what they're doing, companies are going to move all the jobs out of the country. If an employee is not of this country, meaning he's in India, then Obamacare has no impact. There is no penalty. Where do you think the jobs are going to go? Think Pittsburgh Steel. Simple as that. They're gone. There's 110 million people out of work right now. That means 110 million people are most likely on EBT cards collecting unemployment in a country that is broke. If this stuff goes through, that number is going to turn to 210 million. How fast do you think this country is going to go broke? Right now, I actually spread the word to several of the employees that I work with as a heads up to what may be coming, because I can guarantee you, if this stuff passes, all these companies they're no joke. They know more about what's going on than we do. And if it passes, If it passes, instant job losses for tons of people. So if you've got that nice job with that big company and you're cruising along and, hey, life's pretty good, I got a lot of job security, and they realize you're going to be costing them $5,000 a year more, depending on the size of your company, and it really doesn't seem to matter, because if you've got 100 employees, you can't afford it, and if you have 100,000 employees, your bottom line can't suffer this. Have you seen the stock market? These companies their stocks aren't up, and so they're going to do whatever they can to shave $1, and $5,000 is a lot more than $1. You're going to find that your value to the company is not on the table. So, are you ready for unemployment? Can you still manage to keep your mortgage, pay the electric bill, pay your taxes, pay your real estate, your insurance, put gas in your car, etc., 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 on unemployment wages for the brief time it will last before it just goes completely dry, because nobody can afford 2/3 of the goddamn country on EBT cards? If you doubt what I'm telling you, look at the link. Listen to senators telling you this, or congressmen. I don't know what Cruz is. I'm not making it up. And I can tell you, we have a small business. We run a farm. My brother-in-law runs a business. His family runs a business. I've watched 11 small businesses, 10 fail under me, 1 neutral. I understand what the regulations are and how to manipulate around them, because you don't want to pay unnecessary fees, fines, whatever you want to call it. Your goal to run a company is to make $1 and then pay, here's your taxes on your $1. You don't run a company at a loss. And you simply want to be a profit-oriented company, because that's how everybody gets paid. This will drive every job out of this country. It will put you out of work. This is an assault on the American people. And by the way, we haven't recovered from the recession. We're hitting that magic point where 1922, yeah, we know it was tough for you. It's a lot tougher right now. And they're about to put a nail in the coffin. Heads up. Pay attention. Think about what would happen if this goes on. Pay attention to that immigration bill. Pay attention to the Obamacare. Because if this does not get adjusted, you can bet your ass there's a lot of people going unemployed almost immediately. And it's going to happen across the board. And if that happens, you're probably going to see the stock market drop. You're going to see a lot of other things. And we're going to fall off a cliff. And the added load on all this, I don't know what to call it, the unemployment system, the EBT card system, the all this assistance for, the unemployed, the downtrodden, those poor people who can barely make it. No, they're not poor people, and the reason they can't make it is because the dumbass politicians pulling this bullshit. The fucking government could buy the fucking Sahara Desert and it would be a shortage of sand in 5 fucking years. Assholes. Yeah, I'm a little upset. But that's what's coming. Listen, don't listen. It's up to you. But you've been warned. If you've watched and you heard and you watched the link, this, no fabrications. That's why I'm so pissed off. I cannot believe what I am seeing and hearing and the implications. Mr. Cruz did a good job of explaining it, but Joe's Burger Shack is only 50 or 100 people. IBM and Microsoft and Google are hundreds of thousands of U.S. employees, and every one of their jobs can be replaced by overseas. And you do the math, 100,000 people times $5,000, and ask yourself, would they do it? Is the Pope Catholic? Thanks for listening.